Na nyinyi wa Kikuyu muelewe ya kwamba sisi kama Wakalenjin tunajua Ruto kuliko nyinyi. Wacha kujifanya hapa ati sasa mnajua sana kuliko sisi. Sisi tunajua sana. Na imefika wakati tunataka tuseme ukweli. Kama unataka Kenya ambayo itakuja kuwa mzuri kwa kisasi yenye inakuja, siasa ya Ruto iishie kabisa na hiyo jamaa aende nyumbani. Hakuna vile atapanga hiji mpaka ikuwe mzuri. Hakuna vile atatengeneza hii nchi. Hata ukiona hata wewe Kikuyu. Ukiona kabisa alisema atainua mama mboga. Mimi sana manga ni mama mboga. Hata ukiona tunaona amekufanya kabisa wewe ni msienzi kabisa. Ukachukua kiongozi. Ukaangusha mwingine mwenye uliona haiwezi alishindwa na kazi. Alafu anakuja kupea kazi. Hata uoni hata anakutarau. Uoni ni matarau anyako naye. Ayo jamaa mahali nipitia yote si mahali ambaye ni mzuri. Hiyo inaonekana kabisa. Hata achui kupiga hesabu. Naomba nyinyi wa Kikuyu, heri ujipake mafi yako. Ama mafi ya watoto wenu. Usijipake mafi ya mtu mwingine ama mafi ya watoto wengine. Wajana huyu jamaa haende.
The ground is very hostile and many people are coming out to raise their concern, their voices. They're wanting to be heard. And one of them is this man from the Rift Valley who was saying that indeed the president who is in place cannot be trusted. Look at the way he has been handling things. And you people who were politically aligned with him and now you have been outside, that is was sure to be coming. Even us, he is our child and we know him. But look at what is happening. Is it President William the problem, or it is the people around him, the advisors, the people, the special economic advisors, the CS, who is supposed to be with the president, who is supposed to guide the president? In the other days, we saw some MPs coming on stage saying that people have been abducting themselves. In the reality, people are being abducted. Then it means that as a society, there is a problem.
I wanted to say this. We are where we are because of certain reasons. Some of us have been discussing and raising issues about our country. The truth is, if Parliament was more proactive, the Senate was more proactive, most likely, I think, it will be much easier for some of the problems that are coming into this country, the problems that are actually even cooking. I mean, Ayub, look at what is happening in Central. Even when my colleagues would want to dismiss what is happening, the political matrix that is being generated there, to me, is exact template like what was happening in 1992, 2002, now you're coming to 2000. What is happening right now is very simple. Here you are, you have a political crisis, and we are assuming that this political crisis, the only way you solve it is going to be in a certain manner. That can either be by intimidation or by insulting each other on national TV. And that's why I saw my brother Eddie really struggling to say, oh, you know, there are certain things which, because we want the state to... Eddie, the state only becomes stronger and becomes self-sustaining if we accept that mistakes have been happening on both sides.
Yes.
And therefore, we need to begin to engage ourselves as leadership honestly, candidly, and fairly. So when I see the noise that is coming from Central Kenya, and I see some of the noise that coming from the people around the presidency, and I see the noise from other quarters, I begin to worry. Why? Because these are matters, if Kenyans who are in leadership were much more serious, these are things, even when some people will consider that where Gachagua is beyond any reasonable redemption and other things, the damage has already been done. But the damage can be managed. You can't throw fuel onto the fire.
Exactly.
If Gachagua is in Central making noise about how the president has betrayed him and the certain community that he comes from is feeling betrayed and all that, so long as he is saying it and he feels that is true without being personal and attacking the president personally, for me, I don't find any contradiction on that. That is what the president, William Ruto, did with Uhuru all the period he was Uhuru's vice president.
And he wasn't impeached.
And he wasn't impeached. And nobody carried kids to go and abduct them to teach them a lesson because they're using a damn phone. This is what scares me.
Yep. This
is what worries me. That slowly we are now becoming, how do I put it, Ayub? We are slowly beginning to become insensitive to the violations, to the disagreements. That everything now in Kenya is beginning to look like it's do or die. I mean, all of a sudden, Mungiki is now being set up to start. I mean, surely.
By who?
I mean, you've been seeing it all over. Social media, you've been seeing it in the newspapers. Mainda Njenga has been reactivated.
By who?
I mean, that's what I'm asking. Do we need to go back to have people who've been activated who have no responsibility or even answerable to anybody?
And I'm raising this point because we were talking about security questions as to who was abducting Kenyans, where they were held, why certainly there was a concurrence between those who were released previously and now, the Longton brothers and Bob Njagi. Again, you bring in another important question. Who then, in your view, is re-engineering Mungiki?
My argument and my point is how I wish the political class would listen to itself. It is not ordinary Kenyans. Because of this power play. Because, I mean, you saw my brother. I mean, you know, Oscar Sudi is my friend. Kamket is my friend. So what are you standing in public and telling me that the elections which are coming, it doesn't matter what I'm going to do, whether you rig them out or not, it doesn't. What are you doing to the country? Why are people so insensitive? I mean, Kenya is a country that has been discriminatory to itself. Look at how we have treated the Somali community. Look at how we have treated other communities. Why is it that our job is purely to plan and organize how to dismember our beautiful country?
Before you retire to bed, when you look yourself in the mirror, do you regret belonging to the same political class?
Yes.